Oh, I guess we are live. Hello everyone. I'm just setting up for a little stream here. Uh, for those of you that are not familiar with the Edward stuff, um, we're just going to be doing a stream, and I take about a minute or two to set things up, so I will be right back. Now to get this all into place. All right. Get this set up in the chokehold around my throat that Grandma's purse is strung up on. And that usually gives a good enough view of things as I'm doing stuff. Hello everyone. Welcome to one of the rarer Edward streams. Merry Christmas. And I figured since I don't upload as much stuff these days with all that I'm doing, may as well do something Christmas related here. Let's see. Am I going to be able to... Okay, there we go. And there. Okay. Well, I hope everyone is having a wonderful holiday. I've got a few things here. This stuff's from work. There was some chocolates and stuff in this, but all that's left is a Toblerone, which someone else gave me another today. And there's stuff over here. That all's from work. This stuff's from Mom. So I've cut open them a bit just to make it easier, but let's see what all Edward gets today. Oh, well, this is a very delightful one. Got a Cut Man, the Jada Toys Mega Man stuff. Jada Toys. Come on, open. Open. There we go. That'll do. Yeah, this is one that I was I want all of the Jada Toy stuff, so Dad sent that Iceman for my birthday, and now we got a little Cut Man to go along with him, which he was always one that was sort of one of the main bad guys when I was younger, because he was like one of the ones in the show, but this is a lot better of a figure than the toys they had of that. This one actually looks like the game version. It'd be nice to have time to make like stop motion animations with this, but I doubt I'll get that kind of opportunity. But still nice to have on the shelf. Not sure what all everything is here. Yeah, obviously, what my... Oh, that was still a bit attached. What my Christmas has consisted of is going to bed after work last night, waking up and going into work again. And I just got back home, so my Christmas starts now. Not sure what this is. VD model number. Okay, get the knife. And cut on open. Well, if anyone from the Edwardian Empire is watching, nice to see you all again. Oh, it's a hard drive. Good, I've been needing another one of these. This one, how much does it hold? My Passport Ultra. Well, however much it holds, it'll be a great help. I've been running out of space in the hard drives I do have with what all I've been collecting over the year. Been going through a lot of Japanese magazines and anime, and oh my god, got another... Okay, here's a normal Mega Man. Well, that works out perfectly. Now I got 3 of them. Got the main hero and 2 of the bad guys. Not sure where Iceman is after the move, but he's around here somewhere. Or was that last year I got him? I can't remember right now. But woohoo! More space to work with and a couple of these guys. It is so nice that they're making, like, actual game-accurate figures now. And you can't really see it if it's in the box, but, like, there are traits on these figures that you never really see in the game, because they're, like, crappy 8-bit sprites, but there's stuff that lines up with their model sheets that are on these figures, so it's like completely accurate to the intended designs. I'm not sure if I can... Oh yeah, he just slides right out. Yeah, here he is. He was always... Cut Man was always one of my favorite designs in the games. Fitting that they brought him back for X8 for that secret bonus boss. Oh, here we go. Just... come on. Oh, well, you can just see him right there. Yeah, this stuff, these vents on his back, that's actually accurate to the model sheets they have of the characters. Like, if these were made as 3D characters in the games, you would be able to see that stuff, but obviously you never get to. Okay. Well, oh, and he gets this nice orangey background. Does that go with... Yeah, they have that for all the Mega Man figures. What I hope they do is do a Dr. Light and Dr. Wiwi one at some point, because I know they're doing more than just the standard Mega Man body for the molds for some of them. These are just so nice. Obviously, you can switch out the head and stuff, and the scissors here, I don't know if I can... Come on. Yeah. Come on. This really doesn't want to let... There it goes. Yeah, these scissors I've seen in videos before, they actually open and close. It's not just a simple solid object. You can... There. Goes in the head like this. There he goes. And now you can just throw it around, decapitating other toys' heads and everything. This head goes a lot better expression-wise for the character. This is a bit too serious unless he's, like, in the throes of combat. But, thank you, Mom. I know that Dad has some presents on the way, but they didn't get here in time. Yeah, that takes care of this little, I guess, introduction part. Let's head on over to the art side of things. Got the little stand set up here. And got the sketchbook here. And I guess to show a little progress, let's get out the comic pages I've done so far. Come on, line it up. Oh, wrong way. Alright. There we go. Yeah, here's what we got so far. Up to page 42. They are within the ruins that they were going to, and hopefully within a few months this will finally be done and start being put up on the Patreon. But that is not for today. That is spoilers for those that have not seen that comic by this point, or have not seen the original comic. Let's just get some standard pieces of paper here. And let's get to doodling stuff. Well, it has been a very exhausting year for me. It was going pretty nice the last year, like half of last year, half of this year, but then it got into the whole having to move and everything out of nowhere, and that kinda made a whole rush of things, and obviously now we are in Edward's overcrowded apartment from that, but we're still operating. Long as I have a place to operate from. I'd say probably the biggest thing I did this year was probably the Party Crashers animation, at least, like, view-wise. That was easily the one that was the biggest project. I'm not really sure what I'm doing going into this. I'm drawing a boob right there, so this'll probably be, since it's wintry, December time. How's about Alexia? That's character from a Resident Evil game that takes place during December. Kind of fitting. Whenever I think of, like, Christmas in Resident Evil, I think of Code Veronica. I think it's this side of the face that has that, like, hair organic strand thing that's like not covering up the eye. So we'll have the eye showing there. I have a lip like that. I've actually been going through on the Twitter and translating some Sega Saturn Japanese magazine articles that deal with Resident Evil, which helps to show, like, over the years there's been a giant misconception kind of due to IGN just repeating the wrong information over the years, that Code Veronica was supposed to be Resident Evil 3, which is not true at all. And some of the Sega Saturn magazine articles I've been translating help to show a more accurate picture of how it all went. There we go. Given Alexia a bit too prominent of lips, probably, but we'll see how it develops as we make it. The picture is always changing until you finish it. But I hope all of you out there are having a good Christmas. Mine hasn't really started yet because I just got off work and got to opening those presents there, which, thank you, Mama Edward. Those Mega Man figures are very delightful. But yeah, once I'm done here, I'm going to start making dinner. I'm thinking maybe some sort of soup with some chicken I got from the store, and some Hawaiian crescent rolls I picked up. Dun, 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 dun. Alexia always has like this eye type thing in her hair. It's not like really an eye, but it's more of like an opening that appears along her body at parts. It's sort of an invagination. Invagination, I think that's how you pronounce that. Make the collar. And we got some nice festival village music from Mystical Ninja starring Goemon playing, or Gambare Goemon 5, the dance of the Peach Mountain Shogun, which we played last year. I think it was last year, I'm pretty sure it was. I don't think I really played much this year on the YouTube. Oh. There we go. I'm not sure why it stopped there. Yeah, this has been probably one of the lesser productive years for the YouTube career, but yeah, not the least productive. The absolute least productive would have been the year that I was not a member of YouTube, which would be 2005. And that probably doesn't really count since I wasn't a member at that point, but I can use it as a excuse to say that any year was more productive than that. I joined back in 2006. That was back when YTMND was still sort of a thing. First video I ever saw on YouTube was a Metroid Prime 2 music video, Disturbed Prayer AMV. Yeah, I always like Alexia's design more in the original Code Veronica as opposed to Dark Side. Darkseid has more of the plant flower DNA aspect showing in it, but the actual design feels too elegant and controlled as opposed to the more natural feeling design she has in Code Veronica. And give her a bit of veins there. There we have the most dangerous, arguably the most dangerous villain in Resident Evil. She was the first one that was like actually a threat to the planet Earth in it. Because before that, it was pretty much just accident outbreaks that happened and stuff. It's kind of sort of that still in Code Veronica, but it's once she comes into the picture, it becomes a lot more dangerous of material that's going on. Yeah, that'll be a decent enough Alexia. What's another wintry, Christmassy type thing we can do? Trying to think here. It's kind of hard thinking when you're thinking about being in front of people that are watching videos and stuff. But Edward can do it. Let's see. What do we got? Winter, that's Santa. Santa episodes and cartoons. DuckTales. Woo! I did Sonic as Santa last year. No, I'll just start doodling and as I doodle, hopefully something will happen. Oh, I know. We can just do an elf. And since Alexia's area was in the Arctic, it can be an elf getting infected by T. Veronica. But first, we gotta give it a proper body language. Twist its limbs and contort it in pain and shock. Gotta lay it out first, not just go in as if I know the proper gesture off the top of my head. Yeah, we'll have one finger turning into a claw there. Have the expression going up, eyes going wide. Have the mouth open in a scream. Yeah, there we go. Individualize the teeth. Get them segmented. There we go. A nice, screaming, pained elf. Santa would not be happy. Yeah, if I were to do a thing of Santa, I'd probably try to incorporate different mythologies that have had him as a character in their stuff. So, like, you'd have Krampus, you'd have his helper, that, like, what was it? I forget the helper's name. He was, like, the dark-skinned kid that was sort of the elf role at first. But you'd have that kind of stuff. Probably working some Rankin Boss things into it. Rankin Bass. That would be how I'd do Santa. Not have it be a little typical Sunday morning cartoon type of thing, but still have it pleasant enough for the kids. Dun -dun. I have a little spike growing out of the elbow there. And have, since Steve got as big as he did, probably have the body enlarge a bit to show the mutation taking place. Yeah, there we go. Give him a little Link-like Santa-y hat. Yeah, that's a very pained elf right there. I guess have some veins growing along it to show the T. Veronica taking over. Yeah, it's kinda hard to make out, but hopefully with Edward's narration of stuff here, it's easy to see what I'm trying to go for. And I guess, well, first we should erase a bit of that, make the image clearer. Really, the Christmas picture I wanted to do is the thumbnail of this video. I got that done and out of the way, so whatever happens here is whatever. But we're just having a good Christmassy time. And I guess, well, let's incorporate one of the presents. And what better one to do than the one that stood out the most in the viewing of them. So let's take out Cutman here and use him as a bit of a model. We'll have him jumping up, ready to do combat. Because Cutman and the other robot masters from the first Mega Man, or the Dr. Light numbers, were not designed for, like, bad stuff. They were designed to help people. It's just that Dr. Wily messed with their programming, is why they're being evil in the first game. So, Cutman here is on the side of good. That's what we'll have as the explanation for the image that's being made. Have the leg lifted up. Have the leg pointed down. I probably don't even need this for reference, because I know how to draw the Mega Man characters, but it's good to have either way. Just to have that extra guarantee that I'm doing it authentically enough. And it's making use of what we just got here. Someday Edward will have the room to put all of his figures up and display them. But today is not that day. Let's bring the leg out there. This arm will be grabbing the scissors at the top of the head. So let's have these end fingers bent in and the two outward fingers grabbing the actual object. We'll have the viewpoint looking down a bit. Come on. All right. Viewpoint down there. And he has just giant circles for eyes where the brow is in the actual eyeball itself. So he looks kind of miffed off there. Grab that scissor head. All right, that's good, that's good. I remember the Toys show from back in the 90s had like a giant pair of scissors you could put in the head. You could switch it out with the normal size scissors. This is kind of a giant pair here, so let's bring it down a tiny bit. Put in the headpiece that it connects to. There we go. And I never realized when I was, like, little that his ears are like the scissor, the parts that you put your fingers through. That's what his ears are here. I just always thought they were weird robot ears was all. And have his arm out like this. Given sort of an action, we'll put in a little chink line here to show that he's grabbing the thing. And put in some lines there to show that it's bending that way as he grabs it. Probably gonna have to make his expression a bit more of a glare. There we go. Just get that out of the way. Redo the eyes. Okay. You're there. Giant eyes. There we go. More of an angry eye expression. And maybe show some teeth here to give it a bit of grit. Yeah, that's kind of better. In editing, I'm not even sure if I'll put this up on DeviantArt or not, but if I do, I'll clean things up and make it look slightly better once the camera's off. This was just sort of an impromptu Christmas stream I decided to do out of nowhere since I got home and saw the presents after work. I do wonder what Dad's sending me. I didn't give him anything to, like, base any presents on, so his stuff is gonna be more of a mysteries than Mom's was when they arrived in the mail. There we go. Chunky enough hands. Maybe make the body a bit smaller. Yeah, there we go. That's more in line with the Mega Man style, the Robot Masters. I don't think they use the term Robot Masters in the Japanese material for the most part. Usually it's just the Dr. Light numbers or Dr. Wily numbers. Alright, there we go. The arm is stretching out a bit, but that's just to go in line with being able to reach the scissors at the top of the head. Again, I hope everyone's Christmas is going well. Hope your traditions and whatnot are pleasant enough. Edward's tradition is just being thankful he's alive and continuing to be able to create all of his comics. Will be so nice when it's done. But that's for later. Yeah, I'll leave Cutman like this here for now. We got a Capcom villain and another Capcom villain that's somewhat a good guy that is normally corrupted by Wily, but right here he's being a good guy trying to kill this infected elf that Alexia's apparently infecting. And, what do we put up here? Why don't we just put the Death Egg up here, because why not? Sonic 3, the movie, came out. The Death Egg is in Sonic 3, the game. They have sort of a Eggman death space thing going on in the movie, so that'll be my justification for why this thing is just going to be hovering up overhead. Dakota Eggman. People always went on about Eggman being a more, like, ridiculous name than Dr. Robotnik as their reasoning for why the Eggman name was lamer for the character, but they were always both ridiculous for me. You either have a joke about robots or a joke about eggs. And Eggman always had the Eggmobile, or I mean, Dr. Robotnik had the Eggmobile in the English cartoons, so there was always the egg theme going on. Yeah, just that big old parody Death Star. If anyone wants, you can show on the Discord what all you're up to today. I think Bowyer was talking last night. Well, it was last night for me. It was Christmas at the time. About all these games they were playing over with his family in England. Yeah, everyone seems to be having a pleasant day. Let's add in some lines here to show the paneling of the space station, which in reality would be like enormous chasms that you would see along the surface of the station if you were up close to it. But you never really see the outside of the Death Egg when you play the games. You just see the interior of it. Although, since Chemical Plant was originally going to be Death Egg, like one of the acts for it, maybe you would have seen part of the outside there. I made sort of a mock-up sheet on the DeviantArt of what I would do for a remake of Sonic 2, and in it you can see some of the outside the Death Egg ideas. This is kind of not as charming as the in-game Death Egg, but I don't really have a picture to work off of. I'm kind of just scribbling here, just for the sake of the stream. If anyone is new here, the DeviantArt is warahi.deviantart.com. And I guess if you want to go directly to the gallery, just put /gallery after that. Most of the pictures I put up there these days have links to the Discord in there if you want to hang out on there or anything. And there we go, just a lot of horrible stuff going on. Fit in for the holidays. Maybe a little Shadow the Hedgehog up here, just for good measure. My stomach is growling because I haven't had anything to eat today. I had, like, some egg and toast before work, went to work, came home, then just started doing this stream. So I am kinda eager to get to making Christmas dinner, whatever that may be. And Shadow, people talk about him being just a recolor of Sonic sometimes, but that's not really the case, because if you'll notice his quills, he is actually a recolor of Super Sonic, which I always thought meant that Gerald based him on, like, the mural of Super Sonic that the Ancient Echidnas had, since he based everything he did on them, pretty much. It's pretty much the only explanation you could have as to why he went from a giant lizard design, which could have been reminiscent of trying to imitate chaos, to a humanoid hedgehog, since the Ancient Echidnas had, like, murals of both Supersonic and Perfect Chaos. But that was just always my idea for the explanation. And since it's Shadow, we'll have his brows more bent. I guess maybe have him looking down, viewing the scene. Just have him going pathetic. Where can I write that? Up here. Pathetic. There we go. And have him with his arms crossed, because he's that kind of character. If anyone wants to see the game this music is from, I did play it last year. It is in the live stream section of the YouTube channel here, which this video is going to be in. Give him a bit of the tufts of fur from his chest, but you can't really see it because his arms are covering it, and since it's a Sonic character, it pretty much covers the entire body. That is the curse of their designs. Alright. I don't know why I have his... I should make his quill be in front of the Death Egg, because the Death Egg would be extremely far away at that size. Not really the best Shadow. Need to work on the quills a bit. Meh. It's just a sketch. It's just a random doodle. Yeah, that'll do for now. Well, I guess that is what I'll have done for the holiday. Just figured I should make a little end-of-the-year Christmassy stream. So, hopefully this next year we get more done on the YouTube side of things. If not, just keep working on the DeviantArt. And, hope you guys have a good holiday. I will see you later, and bye-bye for now.